So I kind of expected this to happen, especially with a lot of rumors of the Z Fold 4 being a lot cheaper than the Z Fold 3. Well, Samsung is coming out with all the shots here. They are saying, listen, if you want to go ahead and pick up the Z Fold 3 right now, with the Z Fold 4 coming out August 10th, less than 2.5 months away, you can get it for $12.99, and you get a free Galaxy Watch 4 Classic, which is $349 value with this phone right now. Now, that is a really appetizing offer. $500 off of the cell phone and almost $350 watch for this right now. Now, let's talk about Z Fold 4 real fast because we have to cover it. Z Fold 4 is going to be an insane upgrade. First off, it's going to be less money than the Z Fold 3, most likely coming in at $1,499. It's going to give us a Snapdragon 8.1 processor. It also is going to go ahead and give us S Pen support for the outside of the actual phone. It also is going to give us a bigger outside display and a bigger inside display, less of a hinge. It's overall just going to be really freaking amazing, and I'm very excited about it coming out on August 10th. But the question is, if you're right now if you're in the market for an affordable phone, should you take this offer? This offer is really freaking good. Okay, first off, let's say you just take the fact that the Galaxy Watch, right? Take off that price tag from the overall price tag, right? So now, let's say $12.99. Let me go ahead and pull up a calculator for you guys. We're going to go ahead and do some math here. All right, so if it's $12.99 right now, when I'm going to look at tax, $349, that means you're getting this phone for $950, which, to be honest, on eBay right now, you could get this phone for around $700 to $800 used. So $950 brand new is not bad at all. So that's number one. You get this phone for $950. Second thing you gotta realize is when the Z Fold 3 first came out, the Z Fold 2 actually gave you a trade-in value around $1,000. I think it was like $1,000, $1,200 when it did come out. And now, of course, $1,200 is $500 less than the asking price of Z Fold 3. So you still have to pay $500 plus trading your old phone. But if that's the case, Samsung might give you around $800 to $900 for the trade-in of the Z Fold 3 to Z Fold 4. And if that's the case, you could literally be a free Galaxy Watch, trade this phone in, and only pay $500, and you get a brand new Z Fold 4. Now, I never am about the perspective of buying a phone and then going ahead and trading in later on, like just buying it literally just to trade in, because we saw how much of a failure that was with the Surface Duo 2. When the Surface Duo 2 did come out, the Surface Duo 1, before it came out, actually went down to $600, and a lot of people were buying them thinking that they would get like $1,000 trade-in value for the Surface Duo 2, and then end up only giving us $500, which a lot of people were disappointed at, because they're like, listen, we thought we'd get a better trade-in value. So I never like to just buy a phone just to trade it in. It just simply usually never works. Sometimes it does. Sometimes some companies, they give a sale. But if they're going to give a sale, most likely they're not going to do it where they're going to end up getting boned in the end in the background. So my guess would be no. I'm going to guess if they are doing a sale, the trade-in value for the Z Fold 4 from the Z Fold 3, I'm going to guess it's going to be like $750, $800 maybe. Where if you do buy it, you do lose some money, but you don't lose many, or don't lose that much money, but you still lose some money. That would be my guess. Again, like I said, that's just pure speculation. We don't even know the true price tag of the Z Fold 4 yet. I mean, Z Fold 4 might be at a price tag of $13.99 or $12.99, right? So at the end of the day, the Z Fold 4 could literally come out in the price tag of the exact same as this, and we won't know at this moment in time. But I will say, getting a $350 phone, watch with this phone is absolutely amazing. So now let's talk about this in the perspective of, let's say I'm not really interested in the Z Fold 4. Let's say you're coming from an iPhone, right? Like an iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I'm thinking about picking up this phone right here. Well, starting off right away, if you guys have never used a foldable phone, whether it is a Duo 1, Duo 2, a Z Flip 3, a Z Fold 3, which you guys have seen my content, I absolutely top 3 favorite phone of all time right here. This phone, the Duo 1, and the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, top 3 phones of all time. But if you are getting into this perspective, I think a lot of people, when they get into foldable phones, they don't realize how amazing these foldable phones really are. And I'll tell you one thing, and I see this all the time in my comic section, and it's the most truest statement you could ever make. Once you go foldable phones, you can never go back to a candy bar cell phone in your life. You simply can't. And the reason why is because of how much advancements, how much you can get done, how much productivity you can do with these foldable phones. I mean, you look at it and it's like, okay, you got 2 separate displays at all times that you're able to go ahead and do stuff on. And when you go back to a candy bar cell phone like a iPhone 13 Pro Max here, now you have one display you can do stuff on, and it just changes everything. I mean, the amount of times I'll have my email on one side here, a YouTube video in here, or I'm doing like stuff for college. I'll have college work on the right-hand side, a video on the left-hand side. It's just so much different when you get into that foldable phone market. And the Z Fold 3 is no exception, with, again, a really amazing outside display and amazing inside display. Now, if you are thinking about it like this, I know a lot of people are not 100% on the Z Fold 3 because they're scared of the inside display. Guys, I have owned this phone for over, is it about a year now? It came out last September. So it's not a year now, but I've owned this since literally day one that it came out. The inside display is perfectly fine. There's no issue with it at all. A lot of people, yes, not a lot of people. There are some people who have broken. Yes, first off, there are some that are just defective in general, and some you might have punctured by accident. But in general, I have had no issue with this. It has been my daily driver. I'm a dishwasher in my main profession. I'm always around water. This thing is always being covered up in water. Stuff in my hands, using inside display, outside display. I've had no issues at all. This is an amazing phone, and if you are thinking about picking it up at this price tag, it's actually really freaking amazing. I will say, though, the crease is something that is a thing people don't like. And me personally, the crease has affected me when I've been using it. And the only time it has really affected me is when I'm trying to like select music, for example, and I'm scrolling down. That crease right there, you cannot touch it. If you touch that crease, it will either go above or below it. And there's no in between. So that is kind of annoying. Not really a huge issue, but definitely some kind of an issue right there. The Z Fold 4 is going to get less of a crease. That's what they say, but again, like I said, we never know what actually ends up being the thing until it comes out. But other than that, though, the outside display, a lot of people don't like because it's very thin. I love the outside display. I think it's plenty big enough, but the Z Fold 4 will give us a bigger outside display. And obviously, the last thing to talk about is the cameras. The outside cameras right there are 12, 12, and 12. While the inside is a 4 megapixel camera and the front display camera is a 10 megapixel camera. The Z Fold 4 will be adapting the camera sensor from the Galaxy S22 and will give us a 50 megapixel camera. Other than that, though, not too much more. Bigger battery. That's pretty much it. So I definitely would recommend picking up the Z Fold 3 if you are getting into the foldable phone market. This is not a bad price tag to get in. And if you are thinking about in the end just trading it in for the Z Fold 4 in 2.5 months, based on Samsung's track record, we might actually get a pretty good trade-in value. And this might end up only costing you like $600-700 for a brand new Z Fold 4. So I don't know. I'm really on the fence with this just because of how good of a value this truly is. So that's my perspective. I know I got a lot of comments about this. People are asking me, hey, should I pick this up? This price tag, is this worth it? Is this not worth it? I will definitely say it's an interesting offer, a lot more interesting than we've seen with Microsoft with their Surface Duo 2 lineup going down $500. Getting a Galaxy Watch 2, definitely very interesting. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, the likes, comment down below. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.